Everybody, welcome in. This is Eagles Talk, exclusively on A2D Radio. Rob Brinkman, Peter Young in the house. Each and every week, we are brought to you by our good friends at Baggio's Breads, located in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, home of the best stuffed breads, tomato pie, sandwiches, cutlets, and meatballs. Mention A2D Radio for 10% off your in-store purchase. Find us live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, and Instagram. Download us wherever you get your podcasts. Spreaker, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, iTunes. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn those notifications on. Big show tonight. It's been a long journey. Good, some bad, but the Philadelphia Eagles are NFC East champions for the second year in a row. The first time in 21 years that there has been a back-to-back champion in the NFC East. The Dallas Cowboys have been eliminated.
Boo!
With the win on Saturday evening by the Philadelphia Eagles. And now you're going up to Buffalo. So they're going to play at least one home game. Still some seeding stuff to work out. They're probably not going to get the one seed. That's okay. They hosted the NFC title game against those Commanders last year as the number 2 seed because the 1 seed Detroit Lions coughed it up. So I think it is absolutely imperative for this team to keep trying to figure things out.
Yep.
As we move towards the playoffs.
It's the most important thing.
Brings us to our poll question. The Eagles should consider playing their starters for only a portion of their final 2 regular season games. Agree, disagree? I'll let you go, PY. I think I just alluded big time to what my answer to this question will be, but take it away, Mr. Young.
Sure. I 100% agree. And that portion is the Bills game and the Bills game only. Like that is I think that is an important litmus test that's going to kind of show you what this team looks like. You're playing against an MVP type quarterback. You're playing against a good team, a team that could possibly lead the AFC in Super Bowl contention this year because there's no basically right now there's not going to be Lamar, there's not going to be a Burrow, and there's not going to be a Patrick Mahomes. So like the Bills are probably going to be the team out of the AFC. So like how you look against them, it's going to tell you a few things, but also it's another week to get this offense cooking. And the last few weeks, the offense has looked different. It's looked a little bit more creative. You're trying a few things that you haven't seen previously. I'm not going to go out there and say all the shuttle passes in the red zone. They're like Scott Loeffler's inspiration. Like I'm sure he's played more of a role lately, but like you've gotten to see some good looks out of empty, which I really am excited about. You've gone back to going under center, which is great. Like if you look at the offense the last 3 weeks, they've averaged they've accumulated almost 600 yards rushing, which is fantastic. You probably would have had even more for Saquon in the Raiders game if he doesn't get sat down because of how bad they were killing him. He looked really good on Saturday. You could see like he was fighting a little bit extra on some of these things. So the defense is still looking good. Jordan Davis was phenomenal against the Commanders. Like I think the Bills game is a very important game because obviously you're still trying to get the 2 seed. I think it's most likely out of reach unless the Bears like completely crap the bed. So like I've seen people say like, oh, you don't really need to play your starters against the Bills, which I think is stupid because like I am in the mindset that after the Bills game, I'm not playing my starters against Washington because they're already acting like they're trying to get revenge over something as stupid as going for 2 instead of 1.
Yeah, that was Bush League.
Yeah, it was. I disagree.
That was complete Bush League.
No, I disagree.
Yeah,
it's clear they don't like it. No, I'm of the Miami, the U mindset that as long as the game is played, score. I don't care if you don't like it, stop them.
What's the point of putting a 2-point play on tape right there?
Because at that game you didn't trust your kicker and you just figured let's go for 2. what happens.
The game was over, but
Who
okay.
cares? Who cares? If you don't like it, I'll say the same thing I used to say about when people didn't like when Cam Newton would do all his like showboating and all that stuff. You don't like it? Stop it. You don't like the Eagles going for 2? Make them pay. You did it. They scored. Like, who cares?
Time and a place for bravado and swag, and that wasn't it.
No, screw that. Like the Commanders have been sniffing themselves all year. Like, oh, we got Jay Daniels. We're top 5 quarterback. We got hot new team. You know what? You got smacked around. You got brought back to reality. Dan Quinn is the coach we all know he is. He'll never win the big one. And him having a little temper tantrum is hilarious. And in true Dan Quinn fashion, in 2 weeks, you can do your best to beat the Eagles backups. Like, have fun with Tanner McKee and Darius Cooper and Will Shipley and all the other like rookies or undrafted guys we're going to throw out there. Enjoy that. Like, I'm not throwing anyone of importance in that game. If I win against the Commanders, fantastic. If I don't, I could care less because it's an insignificant game. The game I'm focused on is the Bills game because it's a litmus test and it's another week for me to get ready. And then with the Commanders game, if we win, great. If not, who cares? That's just going to be a game for me to see what my young guys have and to rest my starters.
I'll revisit if they should put guys in against the Commanders later on. Let's talk about the Bills, and they should absolutely 100%, 1,000% try and win, play to win against the Bills. Now,
question.
Does that mean that I'm playing Jalen Carter against the Bills? I'm not. Am I playing Lane Johnson against the Bills?
No.
I'm not.
No.
But everyone else is all systems go.
Oh, of course.
Kobe Dean got dinged up. He can sit
He's
out.
good to go.
I mean, we'll see. I didn't see any injury reports today. I was at work.
Hopefully
he is.
Jordan Davis was talking about it. He's just banged up a little bit, and they just wanted to be careful.
All right, fine. I mean, I hope he's fine. He's been playing fantastic. They're a better
all-pro level this year, man.
Nakobe Dean in there instead of Jahad Campbell. I know they picked Jahad Campbell in the first round, but
Jahad looked good when they brought him back in.
Yeah, he's fine, but I wasn't overly impressed with the win on Saturday. So what? The offense is fixed. The defense is fine. The offense is fixed because of 2 games against the Commanders and the Raiders. I'm not buying that. And I watched Thursday Night Football last week, and the Eagles ain't that. No, not even in the same stratosphere as that. Now, you can get on your way to getting there by going up to Buffalo and kicking their ass. And by kicking their ass, so you got to go in there. For me to take this team seriously as a repeat title contender, you have to go into Buffalo, kick their ass by double digits.
I disagree.
They're not. I wouldn't favor us against the Bears either.
I think if you play a good competitive game against the Bills and you continue to show the offensive scheming and creativity that we've shown in the last few weeks, and you continue running the ball well, I think it shows a lot of what you can look forward to in the playoffs. You don't have to be anything crazy. I just need a consistent run game and my quarterback to not turn over the ball. That's it. If I do those 2 things with my stellar defense, I have high hopes for the playoffs.
We disagree. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the playoffs are going to bring, but I can be confident and put my stamp of approval on this team as a legitimate repeat contender if you beat the Bills by double digits. If you lose to Buffalo, like whatever, that's fine. They're a good team. It's on the road. It's probably be snowing and windy and whatnot up there in Buffalo. That's fine, but
if you lose,
in no way, shape, or form right now, PY, do I think this football team can beat the Bears, the Rams, or the Seahawks? Not happening.
So I actually think they can beat the Rams and the Seahawks. I think the Bears are the biggest wild card right now because you don't know what exactly Bears team you're going to get. If they continue being this smartly coached, creative offense, I think they're a team that could make it to the Super Bowl. Like, I think Caleb Williams is playing at that elite level right now. Ben Johnson is coaching like a top 3 coach in football right now. And that's what you're getting out of that team. Like, the Rams are a very good team, but we've consistently beat the Rams. And the Seahawks are good, but Sam Darnold is still Sam Darnold until he shows you otherwise. Like eventually, every year he turns back into a pumpkin come January. So
okay,
so I'll throw this scenario out. So you're
Sam
saying
Darnold having a way better year than Jalen Hurts. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
So what do you want to throw out there? Go ahead.
This scenario. So you're saying that if they have to beat the Bills by a lot to show you anything, if they throw up 40 points or something crazy like that, and you lose on like a field goal, like that doesn't show you anything.
No, it would show me that our kicker stinks and he should be unemployed for Christmas.
But he makes every kick, right? He makes every kick. You still drop 40, and they win on like a last second field goal. Like that doesn't show you that the offense is continuing in the right step.
If I see this team score 40 points and lose, I will reassess my opinion. But I don't think that's feasible right now. I see no possible way that could happen. 40 points and they lose. This defense is too good for that, number one. And I don't think this offense is capable of 40 points. I don't think this offense is just all of a sudden fine because of
they just dropped 30. They dropped 34 a few weeks ago. I understand it was the Raiders, but they still had to put the points on the board.
Don't count. I'm sorry, but it doesn't count. It doesn't count. No,
they're an NFL team. It counts.
Barely.
It doesn't matter. You play in the NFL. Anything can happen any given Sunday, bro.
Opinion, that don't count. Sorry.
It counts.
It doesn't. Disagree. And Saturday barely counted.
Yes, it did. Stop. I understand. You have to play who's on your schedule. Just because you're playing bad teams, it doesn't mean it doesn't count.
Okay, but like this team is so behind the eight ball because of how bad they've been at times in this season. I don't trust them. I don't trust this offense.
I understand that. Like I truly understand that. Like they haven't shown us consistency throughout the year. But if they have another good offensive performance and Barkley has another like 100+ yard rushing attack, and the O-line looks better and Jalen doesn't turn the ball over, I'm going to feel really confident heading into the playoffs. Obviously, he throws 3 picks and like we rush for 65 yards. That's not a good sign.
If that happens on Sunday in Buffalo, I will reassess how I feel about this football team. I don't see it happening. I don't trust them. I don't trust that the quarterback can be consistent for 4 quarters based on what I've seen through 16 weeks. I don't trust the offensive coaching. I don't trust Nick Sirianni. Like, I have no expectations for this team in the playoffs. I hope they win. I'm a fan, but it's been so bad for so long, and all the financial resources of this team is tied up in the offense.
Yep.
And it's pulling teeth to get them to get first downs against anyone besides the Commanders and the stinky Raiders. So now you want me to commit because of these 2 games?
I'm not saying
they can beat the Bears,
I'm
they
not
can beat the
saying
Seahawks, and beat the Rams, and beat a team like the Bills on the road. I'm not buying it. Sorry.
You've had quality wins this year. Obviously, they've gone on a bad stretch of games. That's a factual statement. Like I'm not disputing that. But like this is a team that has shown you that in the playoffs, like they can win big games. This is a big game quarterback. The game on the line, you can trust him. Like I understand it's been inconsistent at times this year. It hasn't been perfect. But in the 5 years this tandem of quarterback and head coach have been together, like they've brought you to the promised land. They've been to the Super Bowl twice. They've won a Super Bowl. Like it's not always perfect. It doesn't always look like we think it should at times, but they've delivered and they've shown you that they can bring it home.
What you and many other fans are telling me is I should just believe in this team blindly
I'm not saying
because of nostalgia. And I'm not
it's
doing
not
it.
nostalgia. It's a track record.
Nostalgia. It's literally the definition of nostalgia.
It's not. Any job that you do consistently, they will trust you based on what you've done previously at your job. You're a postman, correct?
I'm a UPS driver.
You're a UPS driver.
Held together by caffeine and Motrin right now.
Of course.
I'm hurting.
Your boss trusts you on a consistent basis based on what you have done in the past. If you have like a week or something where you're a little less than what you have been, they're going to chalk that up to, all right, you know what? He's going through a bad stretch. Rob has given me 5 years of good, honest, hard work, and I'm going to have faith in him as my employee because of what he's shown me. That's exactly this. Like it may be inconsistent, it may be this, or maybe that, but they've shown you in the past with a large body of work that not many other teams other than the Chiefs right now have put together that can earn that trust. They need to continue to earn it in the now, and I understand that. But come playoff time, there's very few combinations of quarterbacks, head coaches that I can trust in the playoffs than Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts.
I respect your analogy. I get it. But, like, to compare a car salesman or a UPS person to professional sports is I don't like when people do that. It's different. It's not the same.
It is different, but
it's not.
It is. I just said it was different.
Okay.
What you have done lately is important, but what you've done as a whole is also important. If all you've done is shit the bed, no matter what you do, I have a hard time trusting you. But if you've consistently shown me over this period of time that there are reasons why I should have my faith in you, even if I'm not fully bought back in, there is enough level of trust there and what I've seen from this tandem to at least believe a little bit. Maybe I'm not all the way in the deep end, but I'm in it enough. You don't understand what I mean? Like, what has Sam Darnold done to have any trust? Like if you want to,
because I watched the games. He's playing better than Jalen Hurts as a whole this season.
Great. Let's see what he does in the playoffs. Because I heard all of that last year. It's, oh my God, man, Darnold looks so good. I think he's finally putting it together. And then come playoff time, he choked.
Look, I think the Eagles.
We say this about Dak every year. Yeah, oh my God, this is it. This is the year Dak is finally going to put it together.
The Eagles are talented enough and capable enough to beat any one of these teams in the AFC, NFC, home, away, neutral. They are capable of doing it. It doesn't mean I think that they will or are. I'm not there yet because of 2 games against bottom.
I'm not saying you have to be. I think a good showing from Buffalo can put you in the right spot. It can put you – because the difference between this year and 23 is all about confidence. Every week was like a slow death where the defense was atrocious. The offense couldn't get anything going. And the vibes are just awful. Even during this bad stretch of football that we've had, the vibes have never gone away. Like the confidence in this team has never really gone away. And I think that's a major factor.
I'm sitting here trying to tell you I'm not that confident in this team.
It's okay. That's all right. Like, let's see what they look like against the Bills. I think a good performance against the Bills. I don't need a W. I would like a W because I'd like to beat the Bills. I think a good offensive showing and a continuation of what we've been doing the last 3 weeks will make me feel more confident in this team and their chances come playoff time.
Anyway, so it seems like let us know what you think about the poll question, rest versus rust. Another aspect of this poll question is you need to earn rest in this league. The Eagles haven't earned rest. They're not playing well enough to take 2 weeks off and go into the playoffs and play a team like the Niners who are playing or the Bears or someone like that and put together 60 minutes of solid playoff football and come out with a W. Like that's nonsense.
Even if they were playing elite football right now, I still wouldn't rest them for 2 weeks. I don't care.
It's still too long, in my opinion. I agree with you. But like I said, that doesn't mean I'm trotting Jalen Carter out there Sunday.
No, I wouldn't put him out there, and I wouldn't put Lane out there. I would save them for the playoffs. Let's go to some comments.
We have Little Griffith 7126. I'm a big fan of the Eagles season. Eagles better kick Buffalo's butt.
I would like to kick some Buffalo butt. My buddy is currently in Buffalo right now.
That's a good one to go to. I wish it was in a September game and not a December game.
Yes.
I do not want to sit out there in the freezing cold and pay my money.
Nope.
To sit in what potentially could be a very nasty inclement weather game. You never know in Buffalo.
No.
The line for the game, Eagles-Bills, the line for the game, the Eagles are 2.5-point underdogs.
I think that's a pretty good sign for the
Birds.
It's
an Eagle line, is what I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Just based on
because you're 3 point.
If I didn't watch the Eagles for 1 second and I just looked at the box score,
you're a 3-point home favorite anyway.
I'm hammering the Eagles based on
exactly. You should be a 3-point home favorite every home game for the most part. And if you're 2.5, there's some trepidation there. Allen's a little banged up, that if you're able to stop James Cook, I feel very confident in their ability to beat the Bills.
I mean, I don't think the Bills are like this unreachable star that you can't go in there and kick their ass by double digits.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying I don't need that. I need a good offensive showing. Like whether that's a win or a loss, it doesn't matter to me. I just need more consistency. Continue showing me what I've been seeing lately.
I mean, they're kind of average outside of Josh Allen, who's the best player on the planet. He was on a heater before they survived their trap game yesterday against the Cleveland Browns, but they can go in there if they play up to their capabilities. But, like, how long am I supposed to wait for this team to play up to their capabilities? What is this team capable of? Is this version of these superstar offensive players? Is this the best they got because of injury? Maybe people are injured that we don't even know about. Like, the offensive coaching has been abysmal.
Yes.
And I didn't think it was that great on Saturday night, to be honest with you.
I thought as the game went on, it got better. I don't think they started off great.
You mean when the Commanders realized they were the Commanders and 45-year-old Josh Johnson came in the game, and
you still had to put it together offensively. I thought offensively they played
yards rushing.
Yeah, that's their identity. That's what they need to be. You need to be a consistent rushing team.
That's what everyone wants their identity to be, but
it's their identity.
But it hasn't been. They've had to run the ball good all season.
I understand that, but it is their identity because they've been trying it all season long, and it's looking like they're finally getting it going because the team as a whole is rushing. Saquon is looking better. Jalen is running effectively. Like even Tank Bigsby has looked good. Like this is if you can continually improve in the running game and just be a consistent running team, I think you have a chance to go far in the playoffs. I'm not saying that they're going to repeat as Super Bowl champions, but you have an elite defense. You have a defense that right now is getting lots of pressure, which is fantastic. You have Brandon Graham that's somehow turning the clock back. Jordan Davis and Jacoby Dean are playing at an all-pro level, and Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean are playing balls out right now. Like if your defense does what it's been doing, as long as you get a solid run game, not saying it has to be like 300 yards a game or anything crazy, you can win games. You can go far in the playoffs with this identity.
All right, we got to talk about the kicker because the Eagles have a kicking problem.
They do.
It could rear its ugly head. I mean, this guy's the worst kicker in the league statistically since the 2024 season started. He was 71% last year. He's 77% this year. That's not good enough. No. He missed the same kick 3 times on Saturday.
So
you're going in.
What I'll say on that is Like, if he's missing them badly, you can look at it and be like, all right, cool. Jake just sucks right now. It could be because you missed all of those kicks, like, relatively. They're all looking pretty similar. Like, it could just be just the hold wasn't right, and things like that. He also has been switching back holders all year. Like, so maybe it's you're trying to get comfortable again with your guy and things like that. Like, obviously, Jake needs to kick better. Like, that's a fact. I expect more from him. I expect come playoff time, he's gonna get it right. But because they're not getting rid of him. Like, this Jake Elliott is your kicker right now. They're not swapping him out 2 weeks before the playoffs. That's just not. They're not gonna do it. Who's out there right now that you trust to bring in?
I don't know. This guy's not good enough though right now.
Maybe you bring someone in as like competition and someone like rile him up a little bit and get in a better headspace. But they're just not good.
The only reason he has a job now is because he made a couple kicks in that Rams game in the snow. Which good for him. I'm glad he made them.
He was 9 for 9 in the playoffs last year. That's good.
Hey, that's great. That's great. Again, nostalgia. I'm just supposed to expect he's going to turn it around because he made 9 for 9 in the playoffs last year. I don't trust this guy to kick an extra point right now.
Okay.
Which is why the head coach has to go for 2 because of his stupid little chart and a kicker that stinks and just put a 2-point play on film before the playoffs when you clearly didn't have to.
He's got to play better. He's got to figure it out.
I'm sick of hearing that though.
I understand, but you have to.
The offensive line's got to play better. Saquon's got to play better. Jalen got to play better. Nick's got to coach better. I'm sick of hearing it. They need to rally the troops on Sunday afternoon in Buffalo and kick someone's ass. Not the Raiders' ass, not the Commanders' ass, a legitimate playoff team, best player on the planet, Buffalo Bills team's ass. You do that, we'll come on here Monday, and then we can really talk about the playoffs.
I disagree.
Can repeat as champions or not.
I think if they give you a good offensive showing, I'm going to feel really confident, and you should feel confident. Look, if they score 14 points against the Bills, that's unacceptable, and that's a bad look going forward. And you want to rip on Monday, I'm not gonna fault you for it because I think you'd be justified. But if they throw up 30 plus points and they lose, I feel like that's another step in the right direction.
I don't, because if this offense scores 30 points and they lose, then I'm coming on here and I'm like, okay, well, what happened, defense?
I don't know. Maybe there's a missed assignment. Maybe defense blows a play or something like that. Maybe Josh Allen just does Josh Allen things. That happens. That's what he does on a regular basis. We've watched him do it 2 years ago when we were playing him. Like, every other play, it was Josh Allen doing ridiculous Josh Allen things like he walks on freaking water. Like, if he does a Superman-like play that, like, you just can't stop him just because he's playing out of his mind, it is what it is. And you'll lose on the last-second field goal. It sucks, but you've done enough to show that, like, you're continually getting better over these last few weeks. Like, if you underperform,
I find it hard to believe I'm coming on here next Monday after a loss and feeling good about things going into the playoffs. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. We'll see. But I find it hard to believe. It's called losing when you almost win, and they need to show me something against a good team. A loss isn't acceptable on Sunday if you want to repeat as Super Bowl champions.
So if they win on Saturday by a last-second field goal by Jake Elliott, do you feel better?
You mean against Washington, the game that just happened?
No. I mean, they're playing again on Saturday, aren't they?
No, I think that's Sunday.
Are you
28. Sure? No, I'm not.
Okay. So if they win like 24-21.
No, it's Sunday, 4:25 in
Sunday. I
Buffalo.
don't know why. I thought I heard somebody say it was Saturday again, but whatever. So Jalen drives them down the field. 3 seconds left. 30-yard line. Jake kicks a 30-something yarder, whatever, and they win the game in walk-off fashion. Do you feel good moving forward, or is it just not enough?
Yeah, I would feel good. A win's a win, and that's a real win,
but
not one of these
you're saying
wins.
you need like a double-digit victory. I'm not of that mindset. If you
feel
show
good about beating the Seahawks or the Rams, yes, it'll be great if they win the game in that fashion. I am a fan, so that would be cool. But a win, I don't think Buffalo's that good. I really don't. I mean, it's a win on the road against a real team. Like the Raiders, that's a Fugazi win. The Commanders, that's a Fugazi win. I don't want to hear everything's fixed based on those 2 wins. That's nonsense to me. So
I'm not saying
obviously
it's
I'm going to feel good.
It's a step in the right
win.
direction, in my opinion.
A win in that fashion would not move the needle in terms of them being as good as the Bears, Rams, or Seahawks. No. For me to feel good about them beating the Rams, the Bears, or the Seahawks, you got to go up there and kick their ass.
The best team doesn't always win at the playoffs. The team that wins is sometimes the team that gets going at the right moment.
Yeah, but I'd rather then
the
time they get going, BY, it's right now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Now. In 07, we're the Giants
around for 4 fucking months with this team. The time's right now. Let's go. God.
Breathe
with this team. The time is now.
I hear you. I heard you the first 3 times.
I can't do it. Like it's agita every week with this team.
It's okay.
I don't. Anyway, what else do you want to talk about on the show? Defense is sick. The defense can shut down any team in the NFL. I have supreme confidence.
No. Where's my Jordan Davis extension? That's what I want to know. I was gonna do. I wanted it in the offseason because I knew I could tell he was gonna blow up. I thought he was gonna have his best year. I don't know if he was.
His agent's not gonna go for that. His agent's gonna make him bet on himself, and now he's made himself a lot more money, whether it's from the Eagles or someone else. I don't know. I don't know about Jordan.
I do.
Is he playing good because they're dangling that carrot in front of him, or is he playing good because he's actually good?
I think he's always been good. I think he's just finally got himself right. Like I think he's put in the work. I think he has the right mindset. Like it isn't like, oh, he's been good for a few weeks. Like he's been good all year. Like he's lost all that weight. He's a Peloton machine. Like these are things he's really put into his desire to want to be better. And like when you consistently put in the work and you're of the right mindset, that's good to see. And the proof has been in the pudding all year.
He's having a great season. I would imagine he's going to make the Pro Bowl.
He should make All-Pro. Like that's how good he's playing.
I would have to look at the landscape of the NFL before I made a statement like that, which I haven't done at the defensive tackle position. But he's had a very good season. He's blocked kicks. He's scored touchdowns. He's had pressures. He's been an absolute disruptive force up the middle. I'm proud that he figured it out and preferably got himself in shape.
Yep.
I think first and foremost, because he's an animal. All these Georgia boys, they're animals.
God bless them.
And honestly, like the Jalen Carter shoulder surgery, maybe that's why he's been subpar this year.
No, I think
double shoulder surgery. So keep him out as long as you can.
Yeah. I think how much he had to play last season, along with the injuries he's faced, a few of them this season, have played a big part in his lesson season, in my opinion.
And Nakobe Dean, he left the game on Saturday. Everyone seems to think he's going to be fine. I hope he's fine.
He's been lights out. He's been phenomenal. Like, even as good as people thought he could have come back at, nobody thought he could be playing at this level. Like, he's playing at a better level than last year, in my opinion.
And the defense was good when he was on the IR. The defense
it's next level, right?
Took a big jump forward when he came back.
And Brandon Graham being a defensive lineman right now, like, he's playing great in what they're asking him to do. And I like what they're using his role for. They're not like forcing him to play more than he needs. They're using him in specific situations and things like that. And they're playing him out of position, but it's a position that's working for him.
He's given me more than I expected.
Yes, 100%. Nobody expected that.
I mean, some people did because people like him, and
I love Brandon Graham, but like you're lying if you truly thought he was going to come back and have like 3 sacks immediately.
I know. I was at the Lions game with my dad, and they announced he was the last guy out the tunnel. He was the last guy out the tunnel, announced as a starter. And I'm like, what? That's what I thought he was just coming back for PR and to be a mascot, but there's still something in that tank. It's been fun to watch with Brandon Graham.
Well, without question.
I think it'll be interesting. I mean, I guess there's no way to get Campbell, Bowen, and Dean on the field at the same time.
Unfortunately, right now. Unfortunately
not.
So I guess unless you're rushing Nakobe and maybe you're having a Campbell in there as your linebacker too next to Bowen. That's a possibility. I would be doing that in clear and obvious passing positions, like it's 3rd and 12. Like, we know they're not running the ball. It's clearly going to be a passing down. I don't really like Nakobe in the clear and obvious passing positions just because he's limited there. Like, we all know that. That's Campbell is a much better pass.
He's a coverage guy.
He's a coverage guy. Like, it's 100%.
He's athletic and he's fast.
Yep.
I mean, he could have a big role on Sunday because that's a Josh Allen spy. I think he's better suited to do that than Nakobe Dean.
Oh, without question.
The special teams haven't been great.
No, I will say Covey has been a bright spot. Like, when they've allowed him to do what he does best, like, he's given you more than any other guy has this season. Because you can hit him as much as you want. He's not fumbling. Like, he's a crash test. He's a crash test dummy. And he'll take that hit every time. And he'll average between 30 to 40 yards every time. Like,
I don't know why he's not out there for kickoffs.
That's a great question. I also don't know why he hasn't been there the entire time.
I mean, Will Shipley,
it's not even just Will Shipley. Like, who was that loser from San Francisco we had?
We had Tank Bigsby and A.J. Dillon. Neither of them could catch the kickoffs. Will Shipley fumbled the kickoff on Saturday. Pretty sure he fumbled before, too, in that role.
Yes.
The guy from San Francisco, I don't understand how these guys can't. Like, they literally can't run to try and tackle you until you catch the ball with the new rules. And our guys can't even catch the ball. No. I've never seen anything like it. No, I watch a lot of football, and I haven't seen
Xavier Gibson. That's who it was. He's so forgettable.
He was on the Jets. He was on the Jets, and they cut him because he couldn't hang on to the ball. And he came here. Yeah, he's the idiot that caught the ball on the 2-yard line in Dallas, and I wanted to put my foot through the TV. So, I mean, Michael Clay, I think his name is, the special teams coordinator. I guess he can't coach any other aspect of the special teams because he's got to pray that Jake Elliott kicks the ball through the uprights, which has been an adventure over the past 2 seasons.
Oh, without question.
I can't. Statistically, the worst kicker in the league since the start of the 2024 season. Still has a job somehow, though, because
he delivered in the clutch. That was a big part of keeping him in 2025.
Well, if they lose because they don't have a capable kicker because of nostalgia, I'm cutting his foot off.
They probably will. They'll probably get rid of him and move on to someone else.
But it's too late then, is my point.
But you don't know that until he shows you it's too late. Like, look, if we lose,
he's doing a pretty good job.
I understand that. I don't think he was stellar last season, but when you went into the playoffs, you could start to rely on him again. If you go into the playoffs and he kicks a game winner or a few game winners for you, he's gonna rebuild some of that trust he's had. Like, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if he goes like 5 for 5 in the playoffs, that's a good sign.
You mean like he does his job in the playoffs?
Yes. Consistency is key here.
I mean, I'm all for him. Anytime he wants to step up and start doing his job, I'm all for it. He hasn't done it. He hasn't really done it the past 2 years, so I don't know why.
I mean, he did it last year.
He made a couple cute kicks in the playoffs.
He went 9 for 9.
He better do it again because they're gonna. This offense needs every single point.
I don't disagree. You'll get no differentiating opinions from me when it comes to points. Like, especially against a team like Buffalo, which even if they're not playing the greatest, like they still have a stud quarterback who can hurt you. And you're going to need every point possible if you're looking to beat them.
All right, it's early for game picks, but let's do it anyway. Because why not?
Sure, sounds good.
The line indicates to me that I like the Eagles based on the line. Based on the line. So you're getting 2.5. Like, I'm looking at like a 24-21 game.
Yeah, I was just about to say that because I already suggested that score earlier. So I'll go with that. Eagles 24-21. Yeah.
I think they're going to win the game as long as Josh Allen doesn't go nuts. I don't think I'm going to get my wish of an absolute ass kicking of the Buffalo Bills. I don't think I'm going to get that.
Yep.
I do feel somewhat confident that the Eagles are going to win the game. Yep. And you can maybe count on one hand the amount of times I've been supremely confident over the past 5 years that this team was going to win. Many of them were last year in the playoffs because we had Saquon Barkley. I think the last time I was supremely confident that the Eagles were going to win, no doubt about it, was the NFC Championship game last year.
Yep.
The Commanders, there was
no doubt whatsoever.
They weren't gonna come in there.
Nope.
They blew their load against Detroit, and they weren't gonna win. So I feel decently confident about this game, and I think that I don't know. I don't really expect the offense to do much more than what it's shown. They're going to put it together through a few drives. They're going to bumble along a few drives, and it's going to be a defensive game, and hopefully they can run the football.
Yeah. Can they run the football and just not turn the ball over? I'll feel really good about that, especially doing it against a good team. You get the W, and then you feel good heading into the playoffs.
I mean, run game is essential in this game.
Yeah.
Because the best defense for Josh Allen is to have his ass sitting right on the sidelines.
Oh, of course. And you can hit him as much as you can, like you're doing yourself a service.
All right. Closing thoughts before we get out of here.
Dominate in Buffalo.
Please. Give us something to sink our teeth into before
the
playoffs.
Please, God, please.
And I will reassess my opinion on whether they should play starters against the Commanders in the final week based on what happens in Buffalo and what happens around the NFC. Because if I can get that 2 seed, winning the last game, I'm playing my starters.
God himself could not make me play my starters.
So you want to turn your nose up at the 2 seed.
I'm not putting my nose up, but I've also seen this story before, and it ends up with Sidney Brown tearing his ACL and AJ Brown missing the playoffs.
Little different.
I understand. I'm not if this was another team, maybe I'd consider it, but they're looking to hurt people in 2 weeks. That's what the Commanders are looking to do.
Well, maybe the Eagles should be looking to hurt people for a change.
Nah.
Why?
What does it do? Like, who cares?
It makes a statement. This team has not made a statement in weeks. I want a statement. Maybe you don't have it in Buffalo.
You want a statement? Eagles go into Buffalo and win. There's your statement right there. Beating up on a 4-12 or whatever they are Commanders team. I could give a rat's ass about that.
They just did that. That's not a statement.
Exactly. Like
beating the Raiders, that's not a statement. Beat Buffalo, that would be a statement.
That is a statement. That's more important.
Getting the 2 seed, that's a statement.
Sure. Here's the thing. If the Bears lose and we win, that's a different story. But I still don't think I would play them. Like, even, it would depend. But like, I would probably lean towards just not playing them, just because it's just not worth it, in my opinion.
All right, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Bills. Same time, same place next Monday. For Rob Brinkman, for Peter Young, this is Eagles Talk. Until next Monday, peace out.
Peace.